Red Gloves in the house. Give me 1 second, Red Glove. I got some new equipment, fam. I'm trying to get it together, man. Bear with me, please. I appreciate you, man. I definitely appreciate you. All right, I think we good to go. I think we good to go. What's good with your fam? Welcome to the final round. Presented by Big Faces Worldwide, man. This is a new show that I plan on doing every Monday at 7 o'clock p.m., after a big weekend of fights, after all the news from the previous week, man. And if it gets some steam on it, man, I'll add more days. But right now, we're just gonna go with Mondays at 7 p.m. We're gonna talk about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We're gonna talk about the biggest news from the biggest faces in the sport of boxing, man. I got my man Red Glove Militant in the house, Hector Martin, Robert Vandergrift. What's good with your fam? Hey, listen, man, we had a big weekend. We had some very entertaining fights. We had some not so good fights, some decent fights. But first, let me start off with the fight of the weekend, possibly the fight of the year. And that was Julian J. Rock Williams upsetting Jared Swift Hurd. Nobody seen this coming, fam. I know I did not see it coming. You know what I mean? I made a video. I made a small wager with a friend of mine against Julian J. Rock Williams, man. And he surprised us all, man. Not only did he win, but he dominated Jared Swift Hurd. He beat Jared Hurd at his own game. You know what I mean? I did not think, man, you eating crow, I'm eating crow too, man. I did not think that J-Rock would be able to go in the inside. When he started off in the inside, I'm like, oh shit, that's the wrong strategy already. You know what I mean? I thought he was doomed. But once he started letting them punches fly, man, they were much sharper. They had more stats, more snap on them than Swift's did, man. And J-Rock just looked it beautiful, man. That guy looked it excellent, man. I was so impressed with J-Rock, man. It was like a Rocky movie. It was like a Rocky movie, man. The underdog who nobody thought would win, man. The media, the fans, the bookies, nobody thought that J-Rock could win, man. And definitely not win in that fashion. You understand what I'm saying? The way he did it, man, was even more impressive, man. And then after the fight, he was so emotional. You know what I mean? That's what boxing's about, man. You know what I mean? Taking a guy who nobody gave a chance to win, coming there and being able to defeat the unified champion, man. I think the moment might have been too big for Swift Hurd, man. When that knockdown came in the second round, I looked at Jared Hurd's eyes and I was like, wow. You know what I mean? I knew he was bewildered. He was shocked. There's no way that he thought that, J-Rock was going to be able to drop him, man. James West, what's good with your fam? James West says, do you think Williams can keep this up, or was this a one-hit wonder performance? Nah, man, I think he will keep it up. You know what I mean? J-Rock was before the Charlo fight, J-Rock was highly praised. Everybody was touting J-Rock to be the next big thing, man. You know what I mean? People wanted to see, him do good. People thought that he would take over the super welterweight division. And then he went up against Charlo, and we all know what happened from there. Everybody written him off. Everybody, thought it was a done deal, man. But this is boxing, man. Everybody can get hit. Everybody can get knocked out, man. And I watched him grind back 4 fights in a row to get to put himself in a position, to get another title shot, man. I think J-Rock can sustain this momentum, man. I know he's an excellent boxer. He got excellent skills. He's an excellent technician, and I don't think it was a one-hit wonder, man. Red Glove says, my clique started a prediction league, and this was the first weekend. I had a couple upsets. This was one of them. I definitely started with L's. My man Hector Martin says Charlo's talk too much. They ain't been talking lately though. You know what I mean? Especially Jamel. Jamel has been, he ain't eat a piece of humble pie. He ate a whole humble pie. You know what I mean? But J Rock, man, you know what I mean? He definitely put himself back on top of back in position. You know what I mean? Now we got to see who wins the Tony Harrison Jamel Charlo rematch. And to be honest with you, man, I'm leaning towards Tony Harrison, man. He's confident. You know what I'm saying? Confidence is a big thing in this sport, man. When you got that confidence, man, when you believe in your mind that nobody could beat you, that you are that dude, man. And then you got the skills that to back it up. You know what I mean? You believe in your skills. And that's what J Rock did, man. And they talking about her exercising the rematch clause. To be honest with you, I don't see a fight, a second fight going much different, man. I don't know what adjustments her can make, man. You know, he was not able to adjust in the ring. I don't see him being able to get that much better technically. You know what I mean? It's obvious that he could not bully and muscle J Rock around, so that's not going to work. It's obvious that he could not just walk straight through J Rock's punches. You know what I mean? So that's not going to work. I mean, what else could he do? What else is he going to do? You know what I mean? What else is he going to be able to do? I don't know, man. I heard something interesting, man. You know what I'm saying? I heard something interesting. I don't want to start no rumors or no gossip, but Stephen Edwards, who is the trainer of he's the trainer of J. Rock Williams, man. He talked about VADA testing. You know, people wonder why we didn't see that same snap and that same velocity on Jarrett Hurd's punches. We wonder why Jarrett Hurd wasn't able to just walk straight through the punches of Julian Williams like he usually do, man. Stephen Edwards, he let it be known that they made it an issue that Jarrett Hurd take 3 months of VADA testing. You know what I mean? 3 months of VADA testing. I'm going to let y'all listen to a little bit of audio. This is from Stephen Edwards, J Rock's trainer, talking about Jarrett Hurd and the 3 months VADA testing. Check it out. This is deep, yo.
We asked for VADA in February because we wasn't going 3 months. That's what I want to give them credit for. Not too many people do that. We asked for VADA in February because we wasn't going to fight. And they took VADA for 3 months for that fight. Not a lot of people do that in boxing. Dudes lie. They say a lot of shit. The reporters don't have the courage to ask them how come there was no testing for certain fights. That kid took VADA for 3 months. We said, we're not coming down here fighting you in your hometown if you don't take VADA. That's fair. It shouldn't be a special start date if you clean. You don't say, well, let me start on March this. Why? So you can cycle off? You're supposed to, if you're fighting, you should be able to get tested at any time if you're a clean person. They took VADA for 3 months. We couldn't talk about it, but that's the truth. So you got to get a ball props for that.
Wow, so 3 months, man. 3 months of VADA testing. Now, this 3 months of VADA testing, could this be the reason why we didn't see that snap on Hurd's punches? Could this be the reason why he was not able to go in there and eat those punches like he usually does? Now, I don't want to start no rumors, not saying that he was on steroids, but it has been no secret that there's a lot of talk in the boxing community that a lot of the top elite athletes are on something. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to put that on him, but that's just something to think about. You know what I'm saying? That's just something to think about. Let me get back to this chat, man. James West said the Charlo KO was so bad. That is hard to overcome. I think he will have to avenge that loss eventually. No doubt, man. No doubt. He may have to take it out on his little brother. Red Glove Militant says Hurd would need to do everything differently. Hector Martin says you can't overlook opponents, 100% training. And you know what? You're absolutely right, man. When you got a guy who's who's crushing everything, who's looking unstoppable, who's looking like the Terminator. You know what I mean? Who's eating punches like he's eating your lunch in school, man. And then all of a sudden, man, he's getting dropped. He's not able to walk through punches like he normally does. His punches don't have the same effect that they normally do. You know what I mean? That gets some people to wonder, man. But shouts out to Julian Williams. He did a hell of a job this past Saturday night, man. Jarrett Hurd is a man of class, a man of dignity. You know what I'm saying? After the fight, he gave J Rock his props, man. He said he was the better man tonight. And that's what you want to see, good sportsmanship, not like Jermell Charlo, man, who who was a little salty, man, who thought he got robbed, you know what I'm saying? Although that fight was a little closer, than a lot closer than this one. This fight, it was clear that, J Rock was the winner, man. But, we'll see. We'll see. Robert Vandergrift says J Rock went forward all night. Yeah, and I was surprised by that. I did not expect that, man. I made a pre-fight video where I talked about how J Rock had to use his lateral movement. Had to come in and out and use his jab, stay on the end of his jab to win this fight, man. He totally switched things up, man, and did it his way, man. And shouts out to him. Kudos to him. He deserved everything coming to him, man. Now we got to see if if Jarrett Hurd is going to exercise his rematch clause. We got to see who wins out of Harrison and Charlo. Maybe we'll get that, that big three belt unification sometime this year, man. But that was a very good fight, man. Also, ESPN, they had some fights on over there, man, where Isaac Dogbo, he had a rematch with Emmanuel Navarrete. The first time Navarrete, beat the brakes off of him, and the second time it was worse. It was worse, man. Dogbo was just way too small, man. Navarrete's jab was just way too long and stiff. I mean, he beat Dogbo up, man. I mean, he beat him up, man. He had his face all busted up, man. His dad is his trainer, and I was just bewildered how his dad could allow him to take that much punishment as he did, man. You know what I mean? I think he should have stopped the fight much sooner. It was clear that, Dogbo did not have no answers for Navarrete. You know what I mean? No answers for him at all, man. And I don't know what's next for Dogbo. He wanted this rematch so bad, man. You know what I mean? He talked about getting his title back. He talked about that he was coming to knock out Emmanuel Navarrete. That's all he kept saying. I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to knock him out. You know what I'm saying? And I guess he had some people believing it. You know what I mean? But it did not happen. It did not happen. Instead, he was the one that got stopped. His face looked busted up like a Rocky movie, man. And I'm not sure where, Dogbo goes from here. But Navarrete's a big dude, man. He looked way bigger than Dogbo. I mean, way bigger, man. Looked like he was in a totally different weight class. You know what I mean? But, there's not much more to say about that fight, man. Dogbo got the brakes beat off of him by the same guy for the second time. But also on that card was the main event, man. We had Miguel Berchelt. He went up against Francisco Vargas in their rematch. Now, this was a fight, the first fight was a barn burner. I mean, any fight that Vargas is in, you know what I'm saying, he throwing them hands. Any fight that Berchelt's in, he throwing them hands. Both of these guys are two Mexican warriors, two offensive-minded guys, man, and they went in there and they went at it. You know what I'm saying? They went at it, man. But you could see Berchelt's punches was just, a little bit more effective, a lot more effective than Vargas's. Vargas is a little bit older. You know what I mean? He's seen better days, man. Vargas has been in some wars. He's been in, plenty fight of the year candidates. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that we may have seen the end of Vargas, man. He retired on a stool. I forget what round it was. But that was an entertaining fight, man. Both guys, if you like action-packed fights, that's a fight you want to see, especially the first one. You know what I mean, where he stopped Vargas. I believe it was the 11th round. You know what I'm saying? This fight here is corner. You know, they decided not to let it get to that point, but it was about to come to that point, man. It was about to come to that point. He was about to get stopped. You know what I'm saying? Before he quit on his stool, man. But it was a very good fight, man. But my thing is this guy, Burchelt. They keep talking about him and my guy, Gervonta Tank Davis, unifying at 130. You know what I'm saying? Burchelt don't got nothing for Tank, man. You know what I mean? For all y'all that are familiar with my channel, y'all know that I'm a big Gervonta Tank Davis fan. I'm a big fan of Gervonta Davis. That's, hey, we like who we like. You know what I'm saying? I back Gervonta Davis 100%, man. And in my opinion, Gervonta Davis goes in there and sparks out Burchelt. Burchelt has no defense. He has all the offense in the world, man. He's let his hands go. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to throw them punches, but he's going to be hit, and can he take punches by a guy who is powerful as Tank is? Tank will knock his block off. And I know what you're going to say. I know what everybody's thinking. You know what I mean? Tank ain't fighting nobody. And you're right. Being a Tank fan, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I'm going to keep it real. They ain't letting Tank fight nobody. And that's what's killing me. You know what I mean? Leonard Ellerbe, Floyd Mayweather, Al Heyman, all those dudes over there. It seemed like they're protecting Tank, but why? I don't understand why. All these guys that's calling them out, in my opinion, Tank destroys them. Tank destroys these dudes, man. You got little Gary Russell calling Tank out. Now, Gary Russell got all the skills to pay the bills. That's no doubt about it. But in my opinion, he's too small for Gervonta Davis. He don't hit hard enough to keep Gervonta Davis off of him. You go back and look at the fight with Gary Russell Jr. and Jojo Diaz. Jojo Diaz was the bigger man. You know what I'm saying? When Jojo Diaz punched Gary Russell, his whole body would move, man. You know what I mean? Gary Russell beat Jojo Diaz with his mind and by his skills and by his experience, and Jojo Diaz inexperience. But Jojo Diaz, if he had a little bit more experience, man, he would have gave Gary Russell, a better run for his money, man. But you could see that, Diaz's power was rocking Gary Russell. Now, if Tank get a hold of Gary Russell Jr., man, it's gonna be lights out. It's gonna be lights out, man. Tevin Farmer, I love Tevin Farmer. He's from Philly, PA. I'm from the Pittsburgh, PA all day. But in my opinion, man, Tank knocks Tevin Farmer clean out also. You know what I'm saying? He knocks him out also. Anybody at 130, 135, in my opinion, Tank smokes him. Tank smokes him. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nobody giving Tank any problems at 130, 135, man. And my thing is, I don't understand why they're not making these fights. You know what I'm saying? What are they waiting on? What are they waiting on? What are they scared of? You know what I mean? Tank can beat these dudes, man. Tank can beat these dudes. Why are they waiting? I don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't get it, man. Let them fight. Because up until now, he has not fought nobody. I ain't gonna lie. He has not fought. I ain't gonna say he hasn't fought nobody. He has not fought an elite fighter. You know what I'm saying? He has not fought an elite fighter. He has not fought a fighter who's gonna hit him back the way that he hits him. And that's what people's knock on Tank is. You know what I mean? A lot of people got a lot of hate for Tank, and I don't understand where it comes from. You know what I mean? You got to look at Floyd and Leonard, you know what I'm saying, about, who they're picking for this man to fight, man. Tank wants to fight these dudes, man. He's on Twitter, with Loma call him the best Twitter fighter in the world. Hector Martin said Tank is a man, he has a chin, and he can and will get KO'd. I don't think he's going to get KO'd. I don't see nobody out his weight class or around his weight class knocking Tank out. I just don't see it. I just don't see it, man. And what I really hope that, they start making these fights. He got a hometown fight coming in July. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they announced the opponent for that fight, but I'm sure it's not going to be. Yeah, it only takes one punch. You're absolutely right. The sport of boxing, but I'm sure it's not going to be a high quality fighter, man, an elite fighter. You know what I'm saying? But this will be a second fight this year. But the third fight later on this fall or this winter, they gotta put Tank in there with an elite guy, man. They got to, man. You know what I'm saying? If they don't, man, then I'm gonna have to stop watching Tank, man. I'm gonna have to start rooting for him, man, because he's ready. It's time. You know what I mean? It's time to get tested. Every test that they put in front of him, he passed. Jose Pedraza. You know what I mean? You cannot diminish what he did to Jose Pedraza. He went in there and spanked Jose Pedraza, the guy that took Lomachenko the distance. Tank wore his ass out, got him out of there, dominated him, hurt him, battered him, bruised him. You know what I mean? Tank is a problem. Tank is a problem, man. Hector Martin says, okay, Hector Martin in the super chat, man. I appreciate you, fam. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I don't get too many super chats on here, man, but that's one that I'll definitely cherish. You understand what I'm saying, man? But yeah, man, I want to see Tank in there with somebody who can really knuckle up, who can really give him a run for his money. Other than that, what is he doing, man? You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to move strategically, through his career. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make Tank a Floyd Mayweather. They're trying to use the same model that they use with Floyd Mayweather. But it's 2019. Things have changed, man. You know what I mean? Things ain't like they used to be. Hector Martin says, look what happened to Mike Tyson. Never say never. Hey, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that he can't be whooped. I'm just saying that I don't see it happening. You know what I'm saying? It can happen, but I don't foresee it. My man James West says, what are your thoughts on Wilder versus Brazil? Wilder is already a little wild in the ring, and I am worried that he may get too emotional and try to take Brazil's head off. If he does that, he may get caught. I was going to get to that. I was going to get to that fight, but, I might as well talk about it now. Wilder and Brazil, man, is a fight that, is a sleeper fight. It's not to be slept on. Of course, I'm looking for Wilder to knock Brazil smooth out, night. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for. But with that said, man, Brazil ain't no slouch. Brazil can fight, man. Brazil comes to bang. Brazil, he got a heart of a warrior. I watched that AJ fight with Brazil. I watched that about 3 or 4 times, man. And although AJ was busting them up, beating them up, bruising them, blow after blow, round after round, Brazil was tough. He kept coming. And he kept trying until he finally got knocked out. So Brazil got heart, and he will fight. I seen him get up off the deck. AJ knocked him down. He got up and kept on fighting. That African dude, what was his name? Azu or something. This was, a couple fights ago. He knocked him down. He got off the canvas to end up stopping him in the 6th round, man. So Brazil has been tested. He has faced adversity, man. We know that, he will come back and fight. If he's hurt and if he's able to recover, he will recover. He's not going to shell up, and the moment's not going to be too big for him. But one thing about Brazil, he's slow. He gets hit. His defense ain't all that. We know Wilder's fast as hell. Wilder comes in at them weird and awkward angles. You know what I'm saying? And my belief is that, he's going to catch Brazil and he's going to catch him early. I don't see it going past 6 rounds. I don't see it going past 6 rounds. My man Hector Martin says Wilder can be outboxed. Absolutely, man. Wilder has been outboxed, man. I got to say in, at least 80% of his fights. At least 80% of his fights, he's been outboxed. You know what I mean? But, he got that one hitter quitter, man, that showstopper, you know what I mean, that has stopped everything that has, came his way. You know what I mean? Except Tyson Fury, the Undertaker. Tyson Fury, I don't know what that boy, what was in that boy that night, but that boy got up, man. You know what I mean? Hector Martin says Munguia has zero defense. Yeah, he has no defense. I mean, I'm gonna get to that 154-pound division in a minute, also, man. But far as Wilder in Brazil, and did y'all hear that Wilder's supposed to have this special announcement coming up tomorrow? What could this announcement possibly be? What could it possibly be, man? Is he counting his chickens before his egg hatch? Is they going to announce the AJ fight that we all want to see? You know what I mean? I got some interesting thoughts on that AJ fight too, man. Let me tell you that. Right there. AJ can knuckle up, man. A lot of Americans, a lot of the brothers over here, man, they got a bad taste in their mouth about AJ and Eddie Hearn. It's because of the negotiations and all that. But if you put all that to the side and you just look at the fight game, AJ can fight his ass off. You know what I mean? He ain't win gold at the Olympics just on a whim. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna knuckle up, man. My man D Jefferson, what's good with you, fam? I see you, fam. James West says, I'm picking Wilder, but it seems personal for this fight. He's already reckless as hell in the ring. You know what? I was thinking that too, but I think he learned from the Fury fight. You know what I mean? He let his emotions get the best of him in that Fury fight. You know what I mean? He wanted to knock Fury out so bad, and Fury clowned him, man. Fury was stunting on him, man. Fury got off on Wilder. You know what I mean? Because Wilder wanted so bad to knock him out. And that's why, if you've been watching any training videos of Wilder lately, they're talking about getting back to the basics, doing the basic things. You know what I mean? Because they know that, that mindset that he had with Fury, he can't go in there with Brazil. Yeah, it's personal, but you're gonna have to separate that personal from business, man. You're gonna have to go in there with your head straight and your head clear, man, because like we just seen last week, upsets can happen. You know what I mean? Everybody picked Jarrett Hurd to win. He was a 7-1 favorite. 7-1 favorite. I'm not sure what the odds is on Wilder, but anything can happen, man. Nobody expected Hurd to get dominated like that. It's like nobody expect Wilder to lose. But you never know. You never know. My man Hector Martin says Andy Ruiz might upset Big Dude. Most Olympic fighters become champs. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Andy Ruiz ain't no joke, man. He ain't no joke. And the scary thing about it is he believes he can win. You know what I'm saying? In the fight game, man, confidence, you know what I mean? If you ain't got no confidence, man, then, I don't know what to tell you, man. But once you really believe in your heart, you really believe in your mind that you can do something, man, you know what I mean? That's like 90% of the battle right there. It's mental. It's mental. And Andy Ruiz really believes that he can win. And he can hit hard. And he going to let his hands go. You know what I mean? You might look at him. You might see him, looking like, Blubber Lane or whatever. But that don't mean nothing. I've seen Andy Ruiz, never gas out. Andy Ruiz never been dropped. They said he never been dropped. He never been buzzed. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be real interesting. I'm still picking AJ, but it's still going to be interesting. My man Hector says he needs to slow down on tacos. He looks soft, but has a punch. Yeah, man. He's been talking about that lately. He's been talking about, how much he's training and trying to get his self into shape. You know what I mean? But I can't tell. I mean, he lost a little weight, man. He said he want to get down to 245. He said he want to be buffed. But he got a lot of work to do, man. He got a lot of work to do. But, long as he's winning, long as he's putting on, good performances, I guess it don't matter what you look like. You understand what I'm saying? It don't matter what you look like. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm looking forward to that fight, man. I plan on covering that fight live. So I'll have some real good footage for y'all, some real good interviews and things like that, man. So, just stay tuned for that, man. Also, that was announced over the weekend. I told y'all a couple weeks ago that this fight was done, man. Manny the Legend Pacquiao will be going up against Keith One Time Thurman. Woo wee! Now I'm looking forward to this fight right here, man. Like I said, man, there was at one point in time before Keith got hurt and got married and all that. Keith was my favorite welterweight, man. I was rooting for Keith. I don't care who he was fighting, what was going on, what the situation was. I was a Keith Thurman fan, man. You know what I mean? I liked his style. I liked his hunger. I liked his attitude. The way he just, came on the scene. You know what I mean? And talking about, you better not duck me, son. You know what I'm saying? At the post press conference, talking to Paulie Malignaggi. But I gotta admit that just watching him and Josesito Lopez fight. First, let me say this. Keith was getting off on Lopez. Keith looked good. He looked good. That whole fight, he looked good. That 7th round, he just got caught. He just got caught. And you got to think that Rob Ramon, I see you, fam, and you got to think he been off for 22 months. You know what I mean? He had 2 different surgeries. So maybe that was rust. But rounds 1 through 6, he was beating the shit out of Lopez, man. He was dominating Lopez. You know what I mean? He was dominating Lopez. But what I did not like from Keith Thurman is that once he got hurt, he didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? He was running around looking crazy, man. He was looking crazy in there trying to retreat and get away from Lopez. He was looking crazy, man. He was looking like a fool. I did not like that. Being a veteran that he is, being a champion that he is, you know what I mean? You would think he would know what to do. You would think that he would wrap him up or something like that, man. But he did what true champions do. You know what I'm saying? He was able to overcome adversity. He was able to finish the fight, and he was able to win the fight. One thing for sure, 2 things for certain, 3 things for real. Josesito Lopez had the best fight of his career. He'll never have another night like that. That was the best Josesito Lopez you'll ever see, and it was a damn good one. You know what I'm saying? It was a damn good one. But Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao, everybody that's got in the ring with Keith Thurman, he's either dropped him, he's either hurt him, or he's either knocked him out. People talk about how, as he stepped up in competition, how the knockouts dissipated, but he's still been hurting these dudes. He's still been dropping these dudes. And we all know Manny Pacquiao is not a real welterweight. He's not a big guy, and Keith is a true welterweight. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that, we'll see definitely that power when it comes to Manny Pacquiao. I believe his punches will have a big effect on Manny Pacquiao. Then Manny Pacquiao's 40, But then again, on the flip side of that coin, you can't sleep on Manny Pacquiao. He still got that left hand, man. That was evident in the Broner fight. He hurt Broner bad with that left a couple times late in that fight. You know what I'm saying? But Broner got a chin of granite. Broner knows how to survive. Broner knows how not to get knocked out. But had that been Keith don't have them instincts like Broner has to, when he's hurt, man. Keith start running around all crazy. If Manny's able to catch him with that straight left, man, it might be lights out. You know what I'm saying? And that's the flip side of the coin. That's why I think that this is a true 50-50 fight, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to that, man. Let me see what we got here, man. Rob Ramon says Pac-Man gonna win. James West says, I want Thurman to look spectacular against Manny. He needs a good performance after the Lopez fight. If he wins in big fashion, he's right back on the map. And that is the truth, fam. D. Jefferson says he has to or he'll get no respect in the welterweight division. Hector Martin says AB is a track star. Thurman should KO Pac. I'm in agreement with that, man. I do believe Thurman should KO Pac, man. I do believe he has to look spectacular, and he will be right back in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because before he got hurt, before he went out, everybody wanted to fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman was that dude. Spence wanted to fight Thurman. Crawford wanted to fight Thurman. All the top guys wanted to fight Thurman because they wanted to test themselves against the best. And Thurman was the best, man. And now against Manny Pacquiao, although people say he's over the hill, people say he's past his prime, we will see how much Keith Thurman really got, man, because, Manny still got something left in the tank. And if he's able to go out there and dominate Manny Pacquiao, if he's able to go in there and stop Manny Pacquiao early in devastating fashion, then everybody's going to be hollering Spence Thurman, Crawford Thurman, immediately after the fight. Watch what I tell you. Immediately after the fight, that's what's going to happen, man. Rob Ramon says, yeah, Thurman needs this fight, but I think the championship experience of Pacquiao will be the difference. It could be. And let me tell you this, man. Manny Pacquiao was my favorite fighter for years, man. I've been watching Manny Pacquiao since he came to the States, man. When he was all 8 divisions that Manny Pacquiao was in, all 8 titles, I watched Manny Pacquiao fight those fights, man. And I was a big fan of Manny Pacquiao. When he was first supposed to fight Floyd Mayweather, I was going with Manny Pacquiao. I wasn't a Floyd fan, man. I would have bet the house that Manny Pacquiao defeated Floyd Mayweather. I ain't start rocking with Floyd Mayweather until he got that deal with Showtime. And because I didn't like his attitude. I thought he was too cocky. He was just doing too much, man. But then, once I started watching documentaries on Floyd, man, and just seeing how he was brought up and seeing what he went through, that gave me some type of insight of what type of mind state he was in, and I understood more why he did some of the things that he did and why he, acted out in such a way, man. And that's when I started liking Floyd, you know what I'm saying? And when they did fight, I was rooting for Floyd. But when they was first supposed to fight, I was going with Pac-Man all day. My man Hector Martin says Pac lost to Marquez a couple of times. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Marquez got robbed a couple times. Some dudes just got your number. Some dudes just got your number, man. And Marquez just had Pacquiao's number. You look at the way Floyd just dominated Marquez, and you look at the way that, all the trouble that Marquez gave Pac-Man. Some dudes just got your number, man. But there's something else I want to talk about, man, something that I'm very, very much interested in this weekend, and that is the World Boxing Super Series, man. We got Ivan Baranchyk going up against Josh Taylor. We got the IBF and the WBC silver title on the line. This is the semifinals. The winner goes on to the finals. The battle Regis Prograis. Now, this fight right here ain't an easy fight for either guy. By no means, man. As soon as I favor one guy, I come back and think of a reason to favor the other guy, man. Baranchyk is so explosive, and he's just an athletic god. Baranchyk, man, he got so much energy, man. He's an animal. That's all I can say. He's an animal. But then you look at Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor's a beast in his own right. He's a beast in his own right. This is gonna be the best fight of the series, man. This is gonna be the best fight of the series. I think it may be even better than the final. This fight right here is a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. But I do look for Josh Taylor to win. Both guys. Josh Taylor only has 14 fights. Baranchyk only has 19 fights. So, neither of these guys have too much of pro experience, but, both guys got skills. You know what I'm saying? Both of these dudes got skills, and I'm looking forward to this fight, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the winner go up against Prograis. Can you imagine what a fight with Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis would look like? You know what I mean? But Regis get hit a little. Regis get hit a little bit for my liking. But he has improved every fight. He has improved, man. His last fight with Relic, he has improved. He whooped Relic's ass, man. He ran through Relic, man. He showed that he got every aspect of the game, man. His power is there, But I did notice something. I did notice at the end of that third round. I mean, it was after the bell, but it's still. Relic caught him with a right hand that buzzed Prograis. You know what I'm saying? It buzzed him. I seen his legs buckled, and he did the chicken dance, in his corner. You know what I mean? But he was able to recover. It did not affect him in the fight. But that just showed me that he can be hurt. You know what I'm saying? How you watch a fighter for years and years, you never see him hurt, so you don't think he can get hurt. But when you see a guy get wobbled by a punch, you know what I mean? You know he can get hurt. Ivan Baranchyk, he got decent power. Josh Taylor got decent power. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. But that's the fight that I want to see the most this weekend is that Baranchyk versus Josh Taylor, man. I'm looking forward to seeing that on the zone. That should be a hell of a fight, man. Also, you got Naoya Inoue. Is that how you pronounce his name? He's going up against the Puerto Rican guy, Emmanuel Rodriguez, man. You got the WBA regular title and the IBF belt and also the ring belt, man. These are bantamweights. These are little guys, man, but they can fight, man. Inoue, that dude hits hard. I watched the last couple fights of his. I'm not too familiar with his work, but I've watched him in this World Boxing Super Series knock out guy after guy after guy. The last guy he fought, man, I mean, the knockout was so quick. It was a crisp 1-2 punch, man. I mean, it's just like dude got bricks in his gloves, man. I'm looking forward to that fight. Sure it'll be interesting. Rodriguez is 19-0. He ain't no slouch, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think that he's going to be able to handle Inoue's power. I've seen Rodriguez get hurt to the body a couple times, man. So we'll see, man. But I'm looking for Inoue to win that fight and move on to fight the veteran Nonito Donaire. And damn, it's just crazy saying his name that he's still around. He has so many highs and lows in his career, man. It's just a beautiful thing that he's still able to be here. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see, man. We'll see what's up with that fight, man. What we got going on in the chat, man? Rob Ramon says Marquez just had Pac-Man's number, no question. He also says, yeah, I agree. I think Taylor will pull it out. And he says Taylor versus Rejay, pretty good matchup. No question, man. That's the matchup, for all the marbles. You know what I'm saying? The Ali Trophy. I believe that matchup's going to happen in July or something like that. Yeah, that's going to be a good fight, man. Baranchyk was trying to pull out this series. The money was messed up for a while. It was rumored that he wasn't even going to fight. And if he wasn't going to be in it, there was talks that Prograis was going to pull out. And, the whole series was just going to go to shit. But I'm glad that they found the money to, pay these guys and, and now we got a fight. You know what I'm saying? That's the fight of the weekend. The one I'm looking forward to is that Josh Taylor, Ivan Baranchyk. You understand what I'm saying? But, we got Wilder fighting. Wilder got this big announcement next week. I'm real curious to see what that is. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping, but I don't think it's going. It couldn't be the AJ announcement, could it? Not before his fight. If anything, he would wait till Saturday after the victory, if he get the victory, to announce that. That would be kind of jinxing itself, man. So I don't think it's going to be the AJ fight. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I think it might be something that's, important to him, but insignificant to us as fight fans. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I'm just looking for a real good weekend full of boxing, man. You know what I mean? I'm glad all y'all came through. Like I said, man, this is called the final round, man, and I'm gonna do this show every Monday at 7 p.m. You know, after the fights, after the full week of boxing news and stuff like that, man. So I can get my subscribers caught up to what's going on, man. But I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. I think my hour's almost up, man, and I just wanted to get on here and test the waters with the show and just see if the people if my subscribers, you guys are digging it, and see if it's going to be successful, see if it's going to be something that I will continue. You know what I mean? I'll go back and look at the analytics, and I'm gonna definitely try to a couple weeks, give it a couple weeks, and see what happens, man. If it start catching steam, I'll add more days to the show. My man D says Josh is a beast. Absolutely, no question, man, no question. But you can't sleep on Baranchik. Baranchik's gonna come to fight, man. Baranchik's gonna come to fight. He's gonna bring that heat. He's hungry. He's hungry, man. He wants it bad too. He's explosive. James West says, love the live boxing talks. I hope that you keep it up, man. I appreciate that, fam. I definitely appreciate that. I'm going to try to, man. D. Jefferson says, Naoye, hands down. Yeah, that's going to be easy work for him, man. But, yeah, man, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, man. Like I